Hmm. Boom. Happy Sunday morning live, everybody. So, for today, live is just going to be chill. So, I'm just going to be sitting down and talking about events that happened yesterday. What did happen yesterday? So, yesterday, we actually started playing um, Cash Flow 101 with our moderators. Moderators are key people that help each player learn from the game. So while I was teaching them, I was guiding them, and then none of them were able to get out of the rat race. And that's okay. And I had a tug. My tug basically said, you know what, you have to teach them that this super secret strategy to get out of the rat race. This is your time to show them that this is possible. And lo and behold, um, 10 minutes later, I was wrong. Right? Everyone, everyone um, failed. And the one to blame is not the players, but the teacher residing within the game. Now, it's a very interesting concept. So, of course, it's a very advanced thing. What I was trying to show them. Um, so it was it was something else, right? Pero one thing's for sure though is that there is a lot of lessons to get out of this, right? So once again, how many of you have ever had amazing teachers in your life, or how many of you owe your life today because of a teacher? Type me in the comments. Our teachers are awesome. So um, and just to differentiate or define teachers, teachers could be your managers, teachers could be your leaders, teachers could be your coaches, um, but these are basically people, and these teachers could be your regular teachers, right? Your professor, your book, the ideology that you're adapting. And of course, if you're watching this on a Sunday, good morning, right? Yeah, Sir Win, glad to see you're here. And yeah, type me in the comments, right? If you can relate. Now it's very interesting, very very interesting. Um, and I was inspired to do this live because of teachers, um, mainly because as much as I have amazing teachers in my life, I have also had my fair share of horrible teachers. And sometimes these horrible teachers and the best teachers of my life are one and the same people. So it's a very strange thing to think about, right? I remember one of my biggest influences when I was a teenager and starting my business. Um, I had a teacher in MLM, right? This guy, as much as I appreciate this guy, there just came to a point where the relationship between me and him is not healthy anymore, right? And it's come to a point where, you know what, if I want to scale, if I want to grow, I have to get out of this guy's shadow, right? It came to that point. Um, and one of the defining things that I did to get out there, or for me to wake up, was um, I just realized that every single investment that he was trying to push, not only was it sketchy, even though he said it wasn't sketchy. Um, at the end of the day, what happened was that, uh, and it just got crazier and crazier. So it was like it's like he was testing a theory and waiting for something to stick. Uh, and at the very next venture that basically happened, it involved crypto, and I really hated crypto. um, Not necessarily Bitcoin or the blockchain. I just hated the amount of scams that popped up when crypto started when crypto started growing. And uh, and I literally see people um, overspend their life savings or income into something that burned them down, right? And I just couldn't be part of that, right? And from there, I went bankrupt for 8 months until I was able to start my own company. And it's crazy, right? So why am I sharing this story? Yeah, most of us learn best when we learn from the mistakes and the pain. Yep, definitely. Okay, and I'm not saying that just because your teacher is human and made mistakes doesn't mean that you should, cut off your relationship with them. In my case, I just had to cut it. I just had to cut it off. However, it doesn't mean that you should, right? It just means that sometimes, right, you could just be under the influence of somebody whose advice worked for them, but not necessarily will work for you. Okay. For example, um, let's talk about quiet quitting. Okay, this is a very good topic to talk about. Quiet quitting means, and I don't even understand why they call this quitting in the first place, right? It's for whoever thought of the term is definitely someone who's hungry. When I say hungry, he's the type to take what he wants, burn the extra hours, and then feel good about that, right? But I don't understand it. Quiet quitting basically means that you are doing the bare minimum for your mental health, right? At least that's what I get from it. You're doing the bare minimum for your mental health, for so that you can focus on more important things in your life. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's 100% nothing wrong with that. I encourage that. As a business owner, I would rather have my employees um, do the bare minimum and then be well enough so that they can come to work and actually be productive, um, etc., etc. Right? However, here's the issue: when people quiet quit, they also put themselves outside, right? Outside the radar of promotion, right? Because of course, the people you want to promote are the people who go the extra mile. The people who you want to reward the most are the people who go the extra mile and produce the most results. Okay, it's true that doing the bare minimum is okay. However, people, um, leaders, managers, and investors, people with power, are more likely to favor those who work harder than most, smarter than most, etc., etc. So, which is right, right? Now, if you have a family and you want to prioritize, more things out of life, then probably, doing the bare minimum is okay. You shouldn't work at a job that basically burns you out and doesn't fulfill you, which also brings us there, right? Why the heck are you even working there? But let's just say that, right? So maybe it's just to provide for your family. Okay, you can focus on your family. Okay, but if you're single, and for example, you're single and you're just doing the bare minimum of your work, and maybe your focus is something else. Maybe it's traveling, maybe it's experiencing other activities. Why not focus on that, right? Why not pour all your energy there, etc.? So it's a crazy thing. So which is right? Which is right? Okay. So the point here is that a teacher who is more likely to do the extra work is more likely to give you advice to work harder, while a teacher who believes in balance is more likely to say, "Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that." Now here's the thing: which is right? Right? Which is right? Which should you follow? Who knows, right? The only person who can say is you, because your life is different from your teacher's. Yes, success leaves clues. Yes, all you have to do is follow what successful people are doing whenever you're um, whenever you're out there. But at the same time, does the success formula presented currently match your life? Because I'm telling you right now, if you want to be successful, there are so many ways to do that, right? But again, we have to define what success means for you. Is it more income? Is it being able to sustain an amazing lifestyle with your family? Is it being able to travel around the world? Is it being able to find meaning and purpose in what you're doing, etc., etc., right? Define your success now and choose, and then model the success moving forward. Because, I mean, again, right? What was the success formula that was given to most of us by our parents? Go to school, get good grades, get a good job, die, right? I say die, not I mean die spiritually, die with meaning, without meaning, right? So you're out there, you're living life, and you're not living life for you. You're living life for the system that doesn't even help you, right? Um, so that's the current success formula that most people say. But then, if you really think about it, is that really what you want? If yes, then okay, do it, man. If not, who knows? Okay. If you want income, there's so many ways for you to do that. You can start a business. You can become the best salesperson in a particular company. And here's the thing: if you start your own business, yes, you have leverage, but you have to do the work for the first few years. If you become the best salesperson in a particular company, everything is already built. All you have to do is sell. You don't have to build everything from scratch. All you have to do is sell an existing product, which is easier, right? So again, something to think about. And the key here is that when you're trying to save yourself, or when you're trying to better yourself with these programs, at the end of the day, the guy who decides whether these programs are worth doing is you. Okay? However, you still should learn the principles. You still should learn the basics of of um, what's the word I'm looking for? Some basic stuff in life, so that you're able to discern which information is right for you or not. So I'll end my morning live here. So thank you for